Hey guys, big welcome back. Today I am bringing you back to the scene of the pig crash. This was a transport truck carrying pigs to the slaughterhouse in Burlington, Ontario on October 5th, and the truck had crashed while making the final turn approaching the factory, or I call it a factory, I don't know what you want to call it anyway, slaughterhouse. Um, and so I wanted to show you some clips of this. This is quite unfortunate. I think it was about 40 pigs or so. That had died, something like that, in the crash. You'd have to Google it to see, but anyhow, it's this place is very frequently has protest outside by Toronto Pig Save and various other groups that are there to try to stop the slaughter of the pigs. And I've allowed them to use some of my footage for PETA. PETA has actually got my footage on their website, and that's cool. Um, I will discuss what's going on in the video, but then I wanted to give you kind of my thoughts on the whole situation. Um, I wish I was a vegetarian. I wish I didn't eat meat, but I do. And basically, where I'm at is that I look at the world as, I think like 90% of the creatures on the planet eat meat. It is what it is, but what I am against is cruel punishment of animals that are going to slaughter or during the process or anything like that. I honestly wish that everything, that they could really develop some more humane ways of killing the animals. Because I'm not a fan of torture. And if you guys go to these guys, I'll put the link to their channel or something in the description. But if you go and you check out some of their videos, and they've got countless videos of the animals being tortured on the way to death or during the process. And I don't like that. And I'll even tell you a little story with my own experience with torturing animals. And I'm uh, I'm very open about what took place and what happened. So I guess as we're watching this, you guys can just watch the clip and see what's going on. Back many years ago, I guess I would have been a kid of maybe 17 or so. I responded to an ad in the newspaper for a job for chicken catchers. They were hiring a company called Brian's Poultry was looking for chicken catchers, and way back then it was like 14 bucks an hour or something like that, and so that was pretty good money, for a kid way back then. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna do it. So this stinky ass white van comes and picks me up at a plaza at like 3 or 4 in the morning, whatever it was, and we drive all the way out to the middle of nowhere to a farm. And so we go in the farm, and I explain that I've never done this before, and they said, okay, it's real easy. You got to get 5 chickens per hand, and you put them in the crate. And then the guy shows me though, and so he's trying to show me. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with this. I'm kind of new to the work kind of thing and whatever. So he shows me how to pick them up, and then if they're squirming too much, you just use your thumb and index finger or whatever to snap their legs, and then they can't squirm, and you can hold the 5. And that, you know what? I don't know if I broke any or not. I'm honest. I'm not sure. I don't remember well enough to say. But that was a problem for me. I was just like, really, like, and it sounded like they were saying help. It's kind of weird, but if you've ever gone into a chicken place while they're catching them, it sounded like it. And there were dead chickens on the floor, and the chickens were fighting, and they were scared, and this and that. And, that actually almost at that point had me stop eating meat. I only lasted on that job for about an hour, and I left. I just said to the guy, I'm sorry, it's not going to work, and whatever. And I hitchhiked home. And it's kind of funny because I remember I got picked up by a guy, and he says that he's known that's happened before, that people have just hitchhiked out of there, or he's seen them walking, and he knows that it's people that quit the farm, and because nobody's going home in the middle of the night like that out there. And yeah, it wasn't even sunrise when I left. But yeah, it was. I don't like that. And if that's going on there, I don't know the name of the farm. It is what it is. It was many years ago, but that's no way to treat a an animal. And I didn't like that. But it was important to them that you got 5 chickens in each cage, For counts, I'm guessing they're sold by the cage load of 5 or whatever. So anyway, that's my story with catching animals. But I have seen over the years several videos of the mistreatment of animals, and I'm sure these people, the pig safe people, I'm going to be partially one of their enemies because I actually do eat meat. Um, but I really wish that there was some kind of reform and checks and spot checks and something that they could do to ensure that this kind of stuff doesn't happen. Like sometimes I've ended up in the weird area of YouTube, and this one time I saw like it was like in China or Korea or something like that. Anyways, and they were bashing dogs over the head, and I saw this, and it was on like an awareness thing or whatever I was watching, and for dog meat, and the dogs, they would just whack them over the head, which would sometimes kill them, sometimes it would just knock them out or paralyze them or whatever, and then they just threw the dogs into a pile. So you had all these half dead dogs in a pile, and that's reality with a lot of these animals. That's what they do, and it's I have no problem with hunters. I'm not a hunter myself, and if I catch fish, I let them back. You know what I mean? I've caught fish and the hook's gone way down in there, and I ripped out the guts of the fish trying to get the hook out, and I've just, you know what I mean? And I actually feel bad. It's I don't like to cause anything undue pain. You know what I mean? And the studies are always, yes, fish have feelings, and then other people say they don't. So anyway, and if you guys want, I'll share with you my first experience actually with hurting an animal that I can recall. Was when I was about 13 or so. I saw a groundhog. I was out just messing around behind a factory. I saw a groundhog, and there was a little, like, a wood cutoff, like a piece of 2x4 or something like that, but a little block. Anyway, and I threw it at the groundhog. Nobody ever hits, you know what I mean? Little boys throw shit at animals all the time, and you never hit them. Well, I actually hit the groundhog right in the head, split his head open, and he started rolling around and twitching on the ground and I felt terrible. I absolutely felt like crap, and because you never think you're gonna hit him, and I ended up staying with him there until he died. Like, he was just like seizing and stuff, and I buried him, and that was the last time I ever intentionally threw something at an animal like that. But I know this is way off track from the accident, but there's really not too much to see um, right now. They're just trying to organize. Unfortunately for this flight, I only had one battery with me, and so I kind of missed the basically the important stuff, which I guess I didn't care to see anyway. But if you want to see the people from Pig Saves, they've actually got footage of the people executing these pigs in the street. So basically, the accident killed a bunch of the pigs on its own, and then some of them were just, like, injured or something, and the remainder weren't. And anyway, I don't know exactly how many they killed in the street. Some of them were led to the slaughterhouse and killed. In my understanding, they couldn't be used for meat, so they just go right to the garbage, even though the pigs were fine. And then they just sat out there with a bolt gun, executing them in the street with these people yelling. You'll have to watch their videos to see it, but yelling, don't do it. We'll take the pigs. It won't cost you anything. And I've got to say, I am a meat eater, but I agree with a lot of their stuff. I see them out there. I drive by these protesters all the time, and I didn't see the problem with just giving them the pigs. If they were going to assume all the costs for the removal of the pigs and the care of the pigs, and it was never going to cost the company anything ever again, I didn't see why not. Just give them the damn pigs and let the pigs go live on a hobby farm and enjoy the rest of their day. You know what I mean? But anyhow, my battery died before any of that, so I don't catch that stuff on the footage, which I don't really know that I wanted to see anyway. But so here's where the pigs are actually starting to come off the boat, or the truck, and someone had pointed out, I had said on my last video about them rescuing the pigs after the accident. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't really refer to this as rescuing. Um, because they all ultimately died in the end anyway. So this is my first time watching the zoomed in footage. Just so you guys know, this was recorded in 4K, and these clips have been zoomed in, so I don't know how the quality is going to be. When I get my new drone in a couple of weeks, it's actually got the zoom built in, so I'll hopefully be able to do a little better job for that one anyway. But we'll have a look, and I'll move the camera around and stuff. A lady from PigSafe, sorry I don't remember your name, you'll probably be watching because you wanted to download this or something to use it. She had asked about this if I could be a witness, but unfortunately I didn't see anything. I guess just the time I was flying, I didn't see any, abuse or anything, unless there's something that's going to show up in the video. This is my first time zoomed in here, so I guess we don't know what we're going to see in the video. But yeah, it's no matter what, it was an unfortunate event, and ultimately the pigs, one way or another, were going to die that day. And it's just, yeah, I wish it could be a little nicer pro thing, whatever for them process. But I don't work in the industry. I've got nothing to do with it, so unfortunately I don't get a say in that. I guess if I had my way, I would say, you know how you can go to the dentist and you get that nice sleeping gas and then you're out and you can't even feel them working on your teeth? Basically, I don't know why we can't just put them all to sleep nicely before putting the bolt through their head or something. But the problem is I really like bacon. And that's no offense to you guys, the Pig Save guys, if you're watching this. It is what it is. I could have easily if I'd grown up in a house with no meat, it would be fine. I would never miss it. And I'm not Muslim, but I know they've got their things against eating pigs. So these pigs would be okay with Muslims. But yeah, it was interesting to see the accident, and you can see like various reporters and stuff. And I was surprised while I was there that there was no choppers and stuff around. There ended up being after a airplane, a little Cessna plane, but he was circling at like a couple thousand feet up, but a big circle. So I'm guessing he had like a telephoto lens. But locally here we have CP-24. Normally their helicopter's pretty quick to get over stuff, but I didn't see him while I was there anyway. So you will see that the barriers, if you watch the street view on some other people's channel, I don't have any of the footage, but you'll see that those barriers are kind of there for the pigs to keep the pigs in the right way, but they were actually trying to block all the cameras too. They didn't want people filming. Oh, actually, there's a lady named Anna, just so you guys know, I think her name's Anna. Maybe it's Anita. Anyway, Google woman gives pigs water or something, and she's part of this group. Anyway, she was back in court yesterday. Back in the summertime on a really hot day, I guess the truck was stopped at a light, and she gave a pig water, and she actually got charged with that. And so she's facing, could be potentially facing some jail time for giving the pig water. And she's saying that she shouldn't because she was just showing compassion for a living animal. And anyway, it's an interesting little story to follow along. You guys can, everybody's got Google, so you can Google it. And she's one of the I think the highly active members of this group. And it's going to change angles here a little bit as they were releasing the pigs. And this is where honestly I was sitting there going, oh damn it, because my battery, I know at this point when I did this turn, my battery was starting to get low, and I was like, crap, you know what I mean, I'm missing the part where the pigs actually come through. So I'm guessing at this point they still hadn't shot the pigs, because when I saw the ground footage, I believe there was like a backhoe or something there, or a loader. So I'm guessing they were getting all these ones that were, relatively unharmed or whatever off the truck first before going to the measures that they felt they needed to take that day. And then, so on that grass where you see there's somebody in like a bright green thing or something like that, I just see that on my little thumbnail here. People the next day had set up a nice little memorial there with a bunch of flowers and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I saw these guys yesterday, and you guys can comment below. Tell me what do you guys think? If if some of you are hunters, do you ever feel bad, or do you always go for the kill shot where the animal never saw it coming? Because you know what I mean. If I've got no problem with hunters, it is what it is. You know what I mean. I've never done it, but it's I've got the same at the same time. I don't have an issue with other people doing it as long as they're you know trying not to cause undue harm. I don't like traps. I don't like trappers. I'll tell you that right now. I don't. I saw some like a PETA type of video on traps. I think it was on like Discovery or something like that. Anyway, and basically they set like a bear trap or wolf trap or mongoose or whatever, these traps anyway in the woods, and animals can sit suffering in them for days on end with their leg caught in it, and that I don't agree with. I don't even know how that's still legal in this day and time. If you're not there to actually capture it yourself, I don't. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Animals suffering. So, as you can see, the battery was dying. I had no choice but to return. I had like I think like 15% left, and still had to make it back because the drone will auto land when it hits 10. So here you can see the scale of the factory there they've got. So that's how big it is, and it stinks. It stinks, especially on Sundays. They must be doing some kind of a cleaning of the equipment or something. It's absolutely disgusting on Sundays when you drive by. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. I know that sounds kind of weird because how do you enjoy a video watching a bunch of animals just were in an accident? But that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing. I try to bring interesting hobby videos, drone videos, reef tank videos, whatever I come up with. And there's plenty more to come. We'll see you guys next time.